Alright, good morning ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video today. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Invest 92. Right now, Nat has confined more of a June type looking star, as you guys can see. Nat is strengthening as it is right now. That's because we do have some type of dry air in it and some wind shear mixed up into it right now. But coming in the later days, could confine more and get a little bit more of a rotation in the Gulf of Mexico right now. We could see it doing that soon. Uh, so if we look at our let's see, go down here. So our maximum winds is 20 kT and the gusts are 30 kT. The center pressure is 1009. So environmental pressure 1011. And then down here, if we go down here, we're gonna see some of the intensity guide. So if you click on this, a lot of models, some models are agreeing that it's gonna go to a tropical storm, which we could see this go into a tropical storm stage. Probably the next 3 to 4 days. So that's right there. So that's what it looks like. So here's our 5-day Atlantic tropical weather outlook. As you guys can see, that we officially have a 90% chance of it forming in the next 5 days and a 70% chance of it forming in the next 48 hours. And the next 48 hours is Friday, so still we can have this storm being formed into a tropical era, tropical depression, or a tropical storm in the next 48 hours or even 5 days. But I think the next 5 days it's going to probably be making landfall right in this area. A lot of models have been showing landfall around New Orleans, so that's something we got to keep an eye on. So we go to our 2-day tropical outlook. So this has a 70% chance in the next 2 days. So that's pretty interesting. So if we look at our satellite radar, here's our satellite radar. What the storm's looking like. I'm gonna circle the storm to show you guys where it's located right now. So the storm is located right in this area. That's all that cloud cover. So I'm gonna play it for you guys, and so let's play it. So as you guys can see, we do have a little bit of rotation. It's probably hard to see, but if you guys can see that we do have a little bit of rotation in the storm, just a tad bit, not too much to see. So here's our wind shear. As you guys can see, the wind shear has backed off since last night, or since yesterday. A lot of wind shear has going back into the Caribbean Sea, and a lot of it is going back onto Florida and the United States. Now we have wind shear free where the storm is. So really, no wind shear is going to be affecting it. I think this little piece of wind shear is going to be moving out of its way in the next 2 to 3 days. So we could see landfall in the next probably I would say around Father's Day, Monday, Sunday. Some also been saying around the 17th, 18th, around there. So here's our dust outlook, our African dust that's coming out of Africa. So if we scroll it back, so we scroll it back to today. Alright, so as right now, you guys can see, if we pause it, as you guys can see right now, we have a lot of dust in this, which is not hurting it too much since it's very light dust, but all this dust is beginning to back off and go. As you guys can see, Tampa is officially at Tampa. It was at right here yesterday or even the day before. It's all beginning to go back out into the parts of the Atlantic Ocean now. So That's not going to be affecting it too much right here. That's nothing I'm worried about. So as we time this on around the 17th, today is the 16th, I believe. Yes, the 16th. So as we play this on, oh yeah, play back. So as you guys can see, this is around the 16th. So today, as we keep on playing it, you guys are going to be getting to see a little bit of clearing of this dry dust, which is the tropical storm stirring up the dust over here due to wind flow, and it's going to make its pathway through here. So as you keep on watching this dust make its way back into the Atlantic, so as you see, clears up. Now we have a big clear of spot, but dust is still getting sucked up to that storm. It's still sucking up storm. This is around the 18th. So a lot of dust is going to be disappearing, but we're talking about this storm might push up dust all the way up into Atlanta, which is kind of crazy because the storm is going to be pushing a lot of dust air into the United States, which is going to cause dry air for parts of down here in the south, like parts of Texas, Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, Florida, Georgia. You know, we're gonna see a lot of dry air in there because of that dust that's going to be kicking in from this tropical storm. As you guys can see, we actually have a tropical storm right here. You can actually see that center a little bit. So something to watch because this could have a play on your temperatures and stuff like that. So now if we look at the GFS run model as of right now, so let's change regions real fast. And I think the models are getting a good understanding of what we're going to be making landfall. A lot of models have been showing New Orleans in the category. So as we time this out for you guys, this is around the 17th, so that's tomorrow. And around June 18th, this is Friday. And then making landfall. Well, officially, some models showing landfall around June 19th, which is Saturday, the day before Father's Day. But this is your typical. Oh, let's change that color. This is your typical June storm. Very blobby, not confined, not as rotational as you guys know to see. Let's see. Let's erase this real fast. Go back in here. And let's see what we've seen here. So as you guys can see that our shear is at 20 KT, which is sort of high, but not too much wind shear in there, actually. And our humidity is just right, actually. Our dew point is just right. But towards landfall, it does kind of like go a little bit -10, so. But if you look at last run, this is 6 a.m.'s, or no, last night's run. You can see not too much of a difference. Yesterday's run, as you guys can see, I'll circle it for you guys to show you what run this is. Right here. This is your guys' run, hour forecast, and all that. So, as you guys can see, the models have been agreeing on some stuff. And the GFS says it might be absorbed by the front, but that's that right there. And then really the tropics are quiet for a little bit after that, not really seeing something. The GFS does kind of show something here. I don't know what that is yet. We have to keep an eye on it, see what the European says it later on to come in the future. So if we look at our European, the European has a good feeling where we're going to see this too, actually. So here's our the European actually is nuts. This is June 13th. Let's see, 15th. 16th. Alright, so the European only updates twice a day, or actually, yeah, twice a day. And this is what the European is saying right now. As we see, got a lot of movement. And then as we make our way into the 18th, making landfall around a good June 19th, which the European and GFS are actually agreeing where. So my estimate between landfall, there's really no way to predict this, but I feel like our estimate for landfall is right in here between all the way from going down here to the edge of that panhandle right here, all the way up into Houston, Texas still. But the only problem with Houston, Texas landfall is that we have a high that's sitting on top of right here that's leaning over here, so that's why it kind of pushes the storm more northeast than rather than northwest. So that's something we do have to keep in mind, where it could be making landfall unless this high does move out and go make its way into the Virginias and all that, or even just dissipate and die. We could see. And here's the European saying taking a ride at about 108 on top of the Carolinas, Virginia area, with probably some winds and rains. Oh, with the landfall, like I said, very blobby storm, not looking as good as you guys can see. Very blobby, typical for a June storm. And then our potential things to see with this storm when making landfall, I would say a good foot or two of surge below sea level places. Winds will be a priority, but not too much. I think more of the surge is going to be more because if you guys could see on this model, we have winds. If we erase this, you guys can see that the winds are rotating like this. So it's going to be pushing some of that water up into shore, as you guys can see, which is going to be very tropical, wavy. You're going to be able to see this tropical storm for a good couple miles out. And this is going to be impacting the U.S. around, my estimated time is around Friday, between Friday or Sunday now, because a lot of models are agreeing where this could be making landfall. And a lot of models are saying, between the GFS is saying New Orleans, and this one is saying around here in this area. So something we do have to watch out. See if the European picks up on anything. I know it was picking up on the storm yesterday, not anymore. Excuse me. So if we look at our rainfall total, this is Mike's weather page. For the next 24 hours, you can see we do have a bit of rain down there with that storm. Just a tad bit. Not too much. So we go on to this one. This is our next 5-day forecast for our rain totals. As you guys see, we're talking about a good amount of rain. Even up into, we're talking about rains up to the edge of the panhandle, all the way up into Texas, or even the border of Texas. We're talking about a good 5, 7. So that's a pretty hefty rain. So a lot of rain with the storm. Wind would not be much of a priority with the storm. I would put it like category. I would put it at the third of our main concerns. Surge would be probably first, and that. Alright guys, so that's going to be a wrap of the video today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button below, and make sure you like this video, and don't forget to turn on post notifications.